going to start in a few minutes. So for now, just start getting your space ready. Maybe you're already ready. Just relax for a few minutes. So if you need anything, maybe some water, towel. We have blocks here at the studio. You might not have blocks. But if you do have a yoga block, you can have that near you. Unnecessary. Someday maybe you'll want one, but you don't need one today. I just need to know if you can hear my voice. So we do this little setup in these few minutes before classes begin, because there's different classes we offer here, and the music level and the microphone level is different. For example, in Extend Bar, the music is loud and the microphone needs to be louder. Last night we had Let Go and Flow, which the music is very quiet, the microphone is quiet. So all the classes are a little different in intensity and volume. So we just I don't want to start this class after a bar class and be screaming at you the whole time, right? So just always let me know if you can hear me, if you can hear the music. It's not really important today if you hear the music or not. And in fact, if you can hear it, you should be able to barely hear it at all. So if you can hear the music loudly, let me know. And the word yes or no, I don't know what you're answering. So say, I can barely hear the music and I can totally hear you. That would be my favorite answer. I'm hoping it's all set up correctly. I really don't know why I can't see comments. Sometimes. So we're going to start in another minute or two. Sometimes people text me their answers and I can't check my texts. I'm going to assume we're good to go. And I'm going to begin if I don't hear anything else. It's just important that you hear my voice, and we will start. I'm going to turn the music down just in case I'm not seeing texts or else no one's answering me. So here we go. Beginners 2. So hopefully you've all done beginner 1 and you're all comfortable with sun salutations. And you know what goes on in a yoga class. And you've done beginners 1 at least once, if not a few different times, to just get used to the things we learned. And now we'll begin beginners 2. So last time in beginner 1, we went over the different happy hour yoga classes. There's Let Go and Fast and Slow and Bhakti and Ashtanga. We have lots of different kinds of classes here. And what to expect in a yoga class. So you're going to come in and usually relax for a couple minutes and just kind of settle down from running around outside to just starting to just settle down, noticing your breath. There's a little warm up, some sun salutations. Go over some poses, start either flowing through poses or holding poses, learning about poses, exercising. And then we'll start to stretch out, doing some yin or let go poses, long held, relaxing stretches. And then Shavasana. We didn't talk too much about Shavasana last time. Today we're going to talk more about Shavasana. And we learned Namaste, means I bow to you, or the light within me honors the light within you. Just a sign of respect, and I enjoy being with you. So today we are going to learn a different kind of breath. Last time we did belly breathing, where where we guided the breath all the way down into the belly. Let's try that just for a moment. So bring your hands to your belly and start to breathe down into the belly. So the hands expand and contract as you breathe, guiding the breath into the belly, passing by the chest, so the chest stays still, relatively still as you breathe, but the belly gets bigger and littler as you breathe. This is a really great practice for adults and children. All these breathing practices are wonderful for kids too. So if you're learning belly breathing, or now today 3-part breath, it's a great way to have your kids calm down when they're wound up or upset, or at the end of the day when they're about to go to bed. Let's say, let's practice some belly breathing, or let's practice 3-part breath, because it really can quiet your active mind. So we're going to stop the belly breathing and we're going to learn Durga pranayama. So pranayama means breath, and we're going to learn Durga pranayama, 3-part breath. So let's do that laying down. So lay down on your back and just close your eyes. So a lot of times in the beginning of a yoga class, you'll start laying down on your back, or maybe seated, or some other comfortable position. I would have to say I mostly start laying down on the back, usually in my classes. Not always, but probably it's most common. So you're going to lay down on your back. And before we start any particular kind of breathing, just notice your breathing. Let go of anything else you have going on. Notice your belly or your chest or your ribs rise and fall with your breath. Now relax your shoulders a little. When you exhale, surrender. Just relax your hips, your shoulders, your arms, your ankles, and your feet. And let's place the right hand on the belly and the left hand on your chest. You don't even have to have your arms up. Maybe you can just leave the elbows down and rest your hands somewhere on the belly or the side of the belly, somewhere on the chest or the side of the chest. Now notice your hands moving with your breath. So notice where you naturally breathe. Is your left hand rising and falling more, or is your right hand rising and falling more? Do you breathe naturally into your belly? I think I do. Or do you breathe naturally up high into your chest? That Durga pranayama, that 3-part breath. So you're going to start just like belly breathing, guiding the breath all the way down into your belly, so your belly starts to rise, and then your ribs start to rise, and then your chest starts to rise. So you're filling up your belly from the bottom to the top. And then as you exhale, you're going to release the air from the chest down into the ribs and then the belly. So you're breathing into your belly, your ribs, your chest, and then letting the air go from your chest, your ribs, and your belly. So practice that a couple times. Inhale into your belly, ribs and chest. Exhale from your chest, your ribs, and your belly. to a yoga class where they tell you the opposite. Breathe into your chest, ribs, and belly, and then out from your belly, ribs, and chest. They're actually both correct. So just follow along. So let's do 4 more times Durga Pranayama, D-U-R-G-A. Breathe into the belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Rest your arms at your sides. 3 more times. And then when you're finished, take your time. You're going to slowly make your way back up. You can bend the knees, roll onto your side, and press yourself up, or rock and roll up, back to seated. So notice how when you're thinking and focusing on your breathing, kind of everything else disappears. And that's a wonderful thing about yoga, is you come in and you get on your mat and you close your eyes and you start to notice your breath, and everything else kind of just disappears in the first 3 minutes you're here. You're just calm and peaceful. After you start continuing your yoga practice, your yoga mat becomes just this little place of your sanctuary or your safe place. And you roll out your yoga mat, and if all you do is sit or lay down and think about your breath, quiets your mind, gives you a sense of well-being or puts you at ease. So your yoga mat just becomes this really safe place to go. It's a wonderful thing about yoga. So now you know how to do belly breathing. Now you know 3-part breath. And so we're going to start with a warm-up, and we're going to review our Sun A, and then I'll teach you some Sun B. We'll do some balancing, another yin pose or 2, and then Shavasana. So now we have gotten our breath. We've kind of calmed down, and we're ready to warm up a little bit. So sit right in the center of your mat and bring your legs out in front of you. Legs are straight out in front of you. You are welcome to sit on something if you'd like to. If you want to sit on a little blanket, a folded up blanket, you can do that. So if it's hard for you to sit up straight, you're really tight, just lean back, and especially this first one right here, you might be tight in your hamstrings or your hips or your back. This is why we're warming up. So you're sitting on the mat, legs straight out in front of you. Take an inhale and reach your arms up over your head. And exhale, fold over your straight legs. Maybe all you do is drop your hands to your legs and look down. Perfect. We're just warming up. I don't want anyone to pull themselves down right now. Just fall forward and notice where you feel it. You can rest your feet. Notice where you feel this stretch. Is it in your legs? Is it in your lower back? I'll tell you, for me, it's more in my back. So I'm just warming up my back right now to catch up with my legs. So wherever you feel this is where you're supposed to feel this. Wherever you feel this gentle stretch is what needs to be gently stretched. So keep just surrendering forward. No pulling, no pressing, no forcing. Just a stretch. Take an inhale. Reach your arms back up. Sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, bring your hands behind your hips, fingers facing forward, and just lean back on your hands. You might feel a little stretch just in your wrists right now. Straighten your arms out a little bit more, and you'll feel that stretch in your wrists. So you can do this with your legs straight, or you can bend your knees. If you're brand new, bend your knees, feet on the ground, knees up, and then inhale and lift your hips, maybe just a little bit. Maybe you can get them a little higher. Now you'll start to feel a stretch in your shoulders, your arms, maybe your chest. If it doesn't hurt your neck, let your head fall back. So you're in reverse table. If you're doing it with your legs straight, you're in reverse plank, pointing the toes. You decide. One more breath. Lift those hips up a little higher. Breathe in. And exhale, lower the hips to the ground. So this is all we're going to do. We're going to go back and forth between reverse table and caterpillar. So inhale, reach the arms up over your head. Wait for your exhale and just fold forward. Collapse or surrender forward. Inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, bring the hands behind your hips, lean back. Inhale, lift your hips, legs straight or back. Head falls back, maybe. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, reach up. So you're following your breath more than my words. Fold on your exhale. Lift up with your inhale. Exhale, hands back, lean back, get ready. Inhale, lift your hips. So without me babbling you through this, keep moving with your breath. Lifting up on your inhale, folding on your exhale. And just keep moving, taking it through 2 more times. Move as fast as you're breathing. Next time you're in your forward fold, just hold there. Now just surrender here. If you want to give yourself a little pull forward now after we've warmed up a little bit, you can try that. And gently pull yourself down a little further. Let's try that 3-part breath while we're here in caterpillar. Belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. One more time. Belly, ribs, and chest. Chest, ribs, and belly. Inhale, come on up. So you can cross your legs or you can swing your legs around and come onto the hands and knees for table. And hold your table. Knees are about hip width distance. Your wrists are right below your shoulders. Your feet are just resting on the mat behind you. Just a couple cat and cow. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chin, lower the belly. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, back to cow, lift the tailbone, lift the chin, follow your breath. Round the spine to cat. Inhale, back to cow. Now move with your breath 2 more times. And then come to a neutral spine, just hands and knees. Tuck your toes and lift your hips. So we're coming to downward facing dog. Tailbone is reaching towards the ceiling and your heels are pressing towards the mat. You can always have a little bend in the knees, especially this first one. Your knees can stay bent. Now I'm looking towards my hands because I'm talking into the microphone. Your head should be just loose between your hands, or perhaps tuck the chin and look up towards your navel if you want a little stretch in the back of the neck. Your fingers are spread open and that middle finger of each hand is facing directly towards the front of the room or the front of the mat. So if your hands are opened up and your middle fingers are pointing out diagonally, see if you can move your hands so that middle finger is facing the top of the mat. If for some reason that hurts your wrists or your shoulders, your elbows, adjust. Nothing hurts. Head is heavy again. Heels press down. Tailbone presses up. Let's take it through that vinyasa. Lots of options, so we'll take it nice and slow. Inhale to plank pose. Lower the hips. Shift the shoulders forward. And take your gaze. Look past your mat. Knees up or down. As you exhale, bend the elbows and lower down one long straight line. Come to your belly or hover over your mat and flip your feet. Roll the shoulders back. Lift up to cobra. No hands, remember? Lift up to cobra. Press halfway up to that's baby cobra on your belly. Cobra is using your arms now, or up dog. Straighten the arms. Maybe even lift the legs. Exhale, roll over your toes. That's a little tough. Or just flip your toes and lift your hips. Hold your down dog. We're going to do that one again. So inhale to plank pose. Knees up or down. Down is fine. And then exhale, lower down. Hover or come to your belly. Flip your feet. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips to downward facing dog. So if you come to plank pose and you lower all the way down onto your belly and you inhale to cobra, on your way to down dog, use your knees if you need to. So before you come to down dog, you're going to come to table and then lift the hips. So make this your own. Don't do the hardest thing you can do. You don't want to hurt your back or injure yourself at all. So do it at your own pace. Inhale up dog. Nope. Inhale table. Nope. Inhale plank pose. Exhale lower down. Inhale upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale down dog. All right, we're going to take those sun A's. We're going to take 3 sun A's. The first one nice and slow. By now, after beginners 1, this should be not confusing. You know what you're doing, but we're going to take it nice and slow. So remember, you have an option to bring your hands back to your feet if it's really difficult for you to hop your hands or step your feet, forward. So take an inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or jump your feet to your hands. Or maybe you're walking your hands to your feet. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and slow. So the back is flat, and you're gazing forward and not at your legs rounding your spine. Lift the chin, so the back is nice and flat. You're not using your toes. Lift the tailbone, belly in, breathe in. Exhale, forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach the hands up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Samasthiti or mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Gaze to the knee. Inhale, halfway lift again. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands to the mat. Hop the feet back or walk the hands forward and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we hold down dog for 2 or 3 breaths. If you want to walk your dog and stretch a little, paddle your feet. Bend one knee and then the other. Or maybe it feels good to exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Step, hop, or jump to plank. Knees up or down, and lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do one more sun A, and we're going to add a little bit to it. Usually, you're learning a traditional sun A. Usually, there's a little things added to it, a side bend or a twist. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with a little, let's do a twist. So inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up. Now hold right here. You're going to turn to the right. So reach your right arm behind you. Reach your left arm in front of you. Look towards the back of the room, keeping your hips squared to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, twist to the left. So the left arm reaches behind you, the right arm in front. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands to your heart. So we just added a little tiny something on. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lower your knees. Sit back on your heels and lower your forehead to the ground. And just stay here in child's pose. So you're resting. This is a great place to come anytime you need a rest. We learned that in 1. Resting in child's pose, and if for any reason that bothers your knees or it hurts in any way at all, then just sit down and take a rest. After a while, child's pose becomes a little more of a resting pose than it is at first. Same with down dog. After a while, it becomes a place to rest and it's not strenuous. If you guys ever have questions during beginners 1, 2, or 3, ask them and I can answer them in the next one, or just type you an answer. So hold your child's pose for 2 more breaths. And reaching those arms out in front of you. Come on up to table. Tuck your toes. And lift your hips. So you're in downward facing dog again. Walk your dog or sway your hips. Move around, and I'm going to show you a sun salutation, letter B. So your sun A is old hat. You got that. You're all perfect with that sun A, right? You got your own little routine, your own way of doing it, your own variation. So now we're going to come to sun B, which is exactly the same thing with a couple things added on. So from downward facing dog, take an inhale, look forward, and with your exhale, step, hop, or jump your feet to the top of the mat or hands to feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Here's where we get a little different. So your big toes are touching in your forward fold, and there's a little space between your heels. Bend your knees. Knees are touching. Drop your hips. Now inhale to chair pose. So reach the arms up. Arms are right next to your ears, palms facing each other, and your hips are low. Again, you're not really using your toes. If you look down, you can see your toes just past your knees. Pull that lower belly in so you don't have a big sway in your back. Your back is neutral. Reach the arms higher. Look up between your hands. This is chair pose. You're going to hold it just for a couple more breaths. In the traditional sun B, we don't do anything other than chair pose. In some yoga classes, most yoga classes, they'll add a little something on here, just like we did when those twists in A. So take another inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to plank. And lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to add on again. So in sun B, when you come to down dog, you're going to take an inhale and lift your right leg up. So point your toe, open your hip. You got your left leg down, it's straight. Press the left heel down, right leg is lifting. Exhale, bring the knee towards your nose. Step the right foot between your hands. So that might be hard right there. A lot of people, that's a tough move right there. So you are welcome to use your right hand. Step halfway up, use your right hand, and pull that foot up towards the top of your mat. However you got to do it, you can do it. After a while, one day you'll get your foot up there, and you'll be like, I did it. So that right foot comes between the hands, and once it's there, you can spin the back foot flat. So drop your left heel. Keep your hips low, keep your right knee bent, and reach your arms up. You're in warrior 1, so the back foot is flat at an angle. If this is 12 o'clock, your back foot is at about 10 o'clock. Think about pulling the right hip back and the left hip forward. Palms are facing each other, arms by your ears. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, frame the right foot. You can come back up onto the left toes, left heel is up. Step the right foot back, and you're going to take your vinyasa, so lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Gotta do the other side. Now exhale, start to bring the knee towards your nose, and you're gonna get that left foot between your hands. Just get it there. Doesn't have to be pretty. Once it's there, spin the back foot down. So drop the right heel. Keep the hips low. Keep the left knee bent. Reach the arms up. Warrior one, left leg forward. Think about pulling the left foot back, left hip back, sorry, and the right hip forward. For a little better, more ease balancing, step that right foot closer to the edge of your mat. It helps square the hips and it might help with balance. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Step the left foot back, knees up or down, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. There, you did it. You just did your first sun bee. Lower your knees. Sit back into child's pose. We're going to do it a couple more times. How about 2 more times, just so you get it down pat. So hold in child's pose, couple more breaths. So the difference between A and B is when we come up in the sun A to standing, we bend the knees and we come to chair instead. In Ashtanga Yoga, you'll stand up also, but for our sun B right here, you come to chair pose, and then you'll start making your way back down again. And in sun B, you add a little something to each leg. Right leg, warrior one, and then left leg, warrior one. And then you rest in downward facing dog. And you do it all over again. So let's do it all over again. We're going to do 2 more times. Maybe you just watch. Maybe you join in and give it a try. Maybe you do it both times or just one time and watch. Take it at your own pace. You're all in different areas. I'm sure some of you super physical, people who just have never tried yoga. Some are not so physical but would like to add yoga to their lives to become more physical. So I don't see you. I wish I did, but I don't. So take it at your own pace. Lots of options, lots of variations. Do your own thing. So watch or come back to downward facing dog. Upside down V. Press the heels down. The head is heavy. Check in with your body. Lift the little sit bone a little higher. Press the heels down a little lower, and we'll start. So take an inhale. Look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, hop, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms up, look up between your hands, and exhale, fold right back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Drop the left heel. Inhale, reach up. Right knee is bent, arms reaching up. Hold here for 1 extra breath. Right hip back, left hip forward. Gazing up. Now as you exhale, bring the hands back to the ground. Step the right foot back and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Drop the back heel. Inhale, warrior one, holding for an extra breath. In sun B, you'd really just come right back down, but we're just getting our warrior one set. Now exhale, hands to the ground, step the left foot back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold your down dog. Breathe. Let's try that Dirga pranayama. Belly, ribs, and chest. Chest, ribs, and belly. Belly, ribs, and chest. Chest, ribs, and belly. One more time with B or just watch. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend the knees. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Back foot is flat. Inhale, warrior one, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands back down. Step to plank, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down. Step the left foot back. You're going to hear teachers say, don't slide your foot. Go ahead and slide your foot. Lower down. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. And then lower the knees. Come to child's pose or just sit down and take a break. So, you don't want to slide your foot back to your downward facing dog. Go ahead and slide your foot down to the downward facing dog. That's the least of your worries right now, right? After a while, try picking the foot up and placing it back in down dog. If you slide your foot back, nothing will happen to you. You'll be perfectly fine. You might get marks on your mat, but it's okay if you slide your foot. That can be something you work on later on. So now you got a Sun A and a Sun B in your practice. Maybe you're like, that Sun B was tough. I am out of breath. And I've been doing yoga for a super long time. 14 or 15 years. Yes, Sun B is tough. It's supposed to be. You're learning it. And you're warming up. This is a warm-up. You're getting your blood pumping, you're getting your breath moving, you're getting your blood moving. It's supposed to be hard, so don't get discouraged, don't give up. It gets a little easier every time you do it. So, you're going to keep doing this beginners too, until you're a little more used to the Sun A and the Sun B together. Then you'll move on to 3 a little bit later. So keep practicing your Sun A's and your Sun B's. You can always get up out of bed every day and just do 3 Sun A's and 3 Sun B's. That's how we start every Ashtanga yoga class, with 3 Sun A's and 3 Sun B's. We don't do any warm-up. We just go right into sun salutations. So it's a wonderful thing. It's a sun salutation. It's saluting the sun, saying good morning. So it's a wonderful thing to practice. It'll get better and better every time. Sun A's and Sun B's. Let's balance. How about we balance? So let's come to downward facing dog. And then walk your hands to your feet. So bend your knees, walk your hands back to your feet, and just dangle here in this forward fold. Let your head be heavy between your arms, and just open up your back. Breathe. Long, slow, deep breath. So your hands can be dangling down towards the mat. So I have the camera on, but I can't see it because I don't want to do selfie mode. So when I say right, you're saying left. So I keep checking to make sure it hasn't turned itself off. I'm not leaving you. I'm just checking to make sure you're still there. So hands are just dangling down, or reach for your opposite elbows. You can bend your knees. And just breathe. One more time. Release the elbows. And with your back rounded, just super slow motion, rise up, press into your feet. Let your head be last. And come all the way up. So yoga is super good for balance. Many, many things. One is balance. Every time you're in yoga, not yin yoga, not let go, but fast, slow, Ashtanga, you're going to work on balancing poses. So let's bring your hands to your hip. One of the more popular balancing poses is tree pose. So how about you get the big toes touching, little space between the heels. And you're going to start with a kickstand. So bend the right knee and point the right knee out towards the side of the room. rest your right heel against your left ankle and place your right toes on the mat. Keep your hands on your hips. So now you have a little kickstand. You can practice balancing from here. If you want to go further, bring the foot to the calf below your knee. Or bring the foot to the calf. Nope, bring the foot to the shin. No, bring the foot to the thigh above your knee. Just don't put your foot on your knee because your knee doesn't bend that way. So you can place the right foot above or below your knee. So here's some things to think about when you're balancing. Keep your eyes steady. Find a spot in front of you. Maybe in front of your mat. Maybe you put a candle there every time you practice, so you have that thing to look at. Wherever you rest your eyes is your gaze. I've been saying gaze a lot lately. And it's your drishti. Your gaze is called your drishti. So your drishti, find your drishti. Keep your eyes right there. So if you keep your eyes steady, you'll have a better chance of being steady. Now feel that left foot pressing down into your mat, almost as though there's roots growing down from your foot, holding you grounded into the floor, and then lift up through the crown of your head. So you're thinking about your drishti, about grounding down, about getting tall, and now think about pulling the belly in and squeezing your pelvic floor. We'll talk about those, are called locks. We'll talk about those another time. So belly in, squeeze your pelvic floor like you have to go to the bathroom and you're holding it, grounding down, lifting up through the crown of the head, and keeping your eyes steady, soft and steady. If you want to go further, reach the arms up over your head and hold here. If you're doing all this and you've never put your right foot down yet, look up between your hands. It makes it a little bit more difficult, more challenging. So your drishti changes to the ceiling. Otherwise, just work here. Now, if you keep dropping your foot and coming back into it over and over and over, you're doing awesome. Keep doing that. You'll see, after a while, you'll be able to go longer and longer and longer. I love that. Let's bring the hands to the heart and hold your tree pose with your hands at your heart. Eyes stay steady. Now bring your hands to your hips and place the right foot down. Okay, you're good? Let's do the other side. So big toes are touching, little space between the heels. You can wiggle your toes. Give yourself the kickstand. So, the left heel on your right ankle, left toes on the ground. Just find your balance first before we start doing anything else. Hands on the hips. Bring your foot below your knee or above your knee. Find that balance. We're rooting down through that right foot. Lifting up through the crown of the head. Shoulders are back. Belly in. Pelvic floor. Squeeze it. Gaze is soft and steady. And just hold right here and just work on this. If you keep dropping that left foot down, it's not a big deal. You're practicing yoga. Maybe reach the arms up for tree pose. If that's not a big deal to you and you're like, this is a piece of cake, okay, look up between your hands. Otherwise, keep your eyes soft and steady in front of you. Now think about your breath. Belly, ribs, chest, ribs, and belly. See if just focusing on your breath makes this a little easier. One more breath. With your exhale, bring your hands to your hips and then place your left foot next to your right foot. And there you go. So, practice practice tree in your kitchen. When you're waiting for the water to boil, practice tree. Do a couple half sun salutations. When I cook, I just automatically cook in tree pose. I just do. I just stand like that. It's become comfortable for me. So just when you're doing something, when you're folding your laundry, maybe you can practice tree pose while you're doing that. It's a good idea. Lots of other balancing poses. You'll learn those as you start going to yoga more. We'll do some more next time in beginner 3, but those are the things to think about in your balancing poses. Drishti, rooting down, lifting up. Your locks are engaged. Focusing on your breath. All those things will help you balance. Let's come back down. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands back to the front of the mat. You can lower your knees to the ground. So you are in table. You're going to lay all the way down onto your belly. And relax. So we're going to move on to some yin poses. And then Shavasana. You guys are doing awesome. If you've made it this far and you haven't turned it off, that's great. You're more than halfway through this beginner series now. You're halfway through the second one. More than halfway through. So you're closer to the end than the beginning. Congratulations, you're doing awesome. So let's have a little back bend to celebrate. We're going to come to Sphinx pose. So you're just going to be on your belly and prop yourself up onto your elbows. And there you are, Sphinx pose. Here's what to think about in Sphinx pose. So you're on your elbows. Elbows are below your shoulders. And your hands are resting in front of the elbows. Maybe you can reach across. If you can grab opposite elbows, you are a great distance apart, your elbows. Just rest your hands, palms down on the mat. I have weird wrists. This doesn't feel good for me. After a while, it starts to bother my wrists. So I always clasp my hands together at least a little bit. It feels much better. So if anything you're told to do in a yoga class doesn't feel good, don't do that. A lot of teachers don't show you the poses they're doing because you don't need to look exactly like your teacher. If something the teacher's doing hurts your knee, you wouldn't do that. It's not perfect alignment if it hurts, all right? It's not perfect for you if it hurts you. So, if this hurts you right here, your lower back, slide your elbows a little further away. You just want to feel a little compression in your lower back. Relax your belly, relax your hips, your legs, relax your glutes. Now notice that compression in your lower back. If it's painful, get a little lower. If you feel little compression at all, then come up a little higher. If you're really flexible in your back and you don't feel anything, instead of Sphinx, you'll come to Seal. So you'll bring your hands to the mat, fingers pointing out now, and straighten the arms and come up to Seal. And then relax your belly and your glutes and your thighs. Seal does not feel good for me. So I would come back to Sphinx. So find your pose, Sphinx or Seal, and try not to slouch. And close your eyes. Soften your face. So we're holding the yin pose for a while, anywhere from 10 breaths to 10 minutes for a yin pose. I can tell you I don't usually hold anything for 10 minutes. I'm just going to hold this for a few more breaths. Keep relaxing your belly, your glutes. If you find yourself slouching, lift back up. Now, focus on the breath. Belly, ribs, and chest. Chest, ribs, and belly. Keep your focus on your breathing. Notice the cool air as you inhale and the warm air as you exhale. One more breath. So finish your next inhale, and while you're exhaling, lower back down. Nice and slow. Take your time and rest your head maybe on your hands or your chin on your hands. and just surrender. Notice what you feel now in your back, your shoulders. After all your yin poses, always notice how your body feels afterwards. So we just did that back bend. So we're going to counterpose it with child's pose after a back bend. You usually do some sort of a forward fold. So hands underneath the shoulders. Come on up to table. Take your time and sit back on your heels. Lower the forehead to the ground. You should feel that in your back. Stretching the back the other way. Rest your head. Surrender. How about 3 more breaths? Belly, ribs, and chest. Chest, ribs, and belly. Reach your arms out in front of you and come on up to table. Walk your knees forward a little bit. Cross the ankles behind you or swing the legs around and sit down and then lay down. We're going to come to Shavasana, but we're going to twist first. So lay down on your back. Remove the microphone. Lay down on your back with your knees up and your feet on the ground. Rest your arms out wide. So your arms are going to rest on the ground, but after you reach them out to the opposite sides of the room. Now relax them. Relax your shoulders. Leave your feet right where they are. Just let the knees fall to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Just a gentle twist for just a couple of breaths. Now inhale, bring the knees back up, maybe even one at a time. Take your time. And then let the knees fall to the left. Take your gaze, turn your head to the right. Relax your shoulders. Almost always going to end with a twist at the end of your yoga class. Slowly bring the knees back up. And give yourself a hug. So bring the knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Hug the knees into your chest. Take a big breath in and exhale. Release your legs. Now we're coming to Shavasana. So you're laying down flat on your back. Just relax your feet. Rest your arms at your sides. You can take a couple minutes to put your socks on or put a sweatshirt on or put a blanket on if you're chilly. So you're going to do whatever you can do to get yourself more comfortable. So maybe that's putting a blanket underneath your head or something underneath your knees so your knees are bent. Maybe that's easier on your lower back. So feel free to move around as much as you want in order to get more comfortable. Shavasana is corpse pose. So you're going to find stillness once you're comfortable. Relax your hands at your sides, palms up. And feel relaxation throughout your entire body. Your shoulders are relaxed, belly, legs, feet, hands, fingers. Close your eyes. If you're uncomfortable closing your eyes, don't close your eyes. You do what's best for you. So now there's no Durga Pranayama or belly breathing or anything. You're just going to relax and let your body breathe naturally. You kind of become aware of the phenomenon of your breath. It just works all by itself. So let it do what it does. Just breathe naturally. Relax more. your thoughts on your breath. Just relax your mind, your thoughts. Let them go wherever they go. Relax your eyebrows, your forehead, unclench your teeth. Lose all tension in your body. And then just let yourself be. And enjoy this little space and time of rest. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Circle the ankles. Just move around in your space a little tiny bit, and then maybe take a great big stretch, reaching your arms up over your head. Do whatever feels good. Just start to get the energy to come back to the body. And then bend the knees and roll on to either side. And press yourself up to seated. You press into the hands, reach the elbow, and come up to seated. Cross your legs and your hands to your heart and close your eyes. We're going to end with some metta, which is just loving kindness, sending out loving kindness to all living beings. So with your hands at your heart and your eyes closed, repeat after me. Either just repeat it silently to yourself or say it out loud. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be well. That includes yourself. So may I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be well. Reach your arms up over your head. Now grab onto the peace and calm that's in the room. Grab a hold of it in your hands, bring it back down, and place it in your heart. Just because you've decided to grab it and put it there, feel the peace and calm in your heart. And carry that with you all day and share it with everyone. Here we go, guys. We're going to say it together. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. There you go. So that's beginners 2. So you're going to practice that a few times, as much as you need to, until you got your sun A's and your sun B's. Practice tree pose while you're cooking or folding, or teach it to your kids or to the other person in your house. Hopefully there's someone with you, or call someone. FaceTime. Look what I learned. Show them tree pose. So the next time in beginner 3, once you're all set with beginners 2, you're going to learn a different kind of breath, Ujjayi pranayama, which is victorious breath. That's my favorite breath. We'll go over a little meditation. Practice some meditation, or just sitting still, depending on who you are. You might think of meditation as something else. So we're going to either have a sit or practice meditation. I'll explain that next time. And then we'll learn a sun C. So you got sun A, we'll practice. Sun B, we'll practice. I'll add on a little to sun B so you can see more of what sun B can be. And then sun C. And we'll also go over inversions. So doesn't necessarily mean a headstand, but we'll do some poses with your feet up in the air. And remember, I'm not going to teach you every single yoga pose in the beginner yoga classes. It would take me beginners 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I just am teaching you some balancing poses, some inversions, some yoga poses. And as you keep doing yoga more and more, you'll learn all the different poses. They'll be all put together differently by different people, and you'll like it because you're always learning something new. You're always striving for something more. You're always getting a little more flexible, a little more balanced. It's a wonderful practice, and I hope you're liking it so far. Don't give up. If you're like, not so sure I do like this, don't give up. Go a little further and give it more of a try. And remember, when I started it, I did not like it at all. But now it's really made me a much more calm, peaceful, centered, grounded person. At times, my kids would argue. Other people in my life, you're not calm, but I am. Much more than much more than I ever was. I really am. It has changed me for the better, for sure, no matter what. So keep going. Don't give up. Practice 2, and then move on to 3 next time. And I'll see you then. So thanks for watching. Share this with your friends. If you know other people who want to start putting yoga in their life, share these beginner classes with them, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Have a great day.